Hello, everyone. Welcome, Joker Manuno, back at you with another One Piece reaction. As you can see, I am not in my usual locale. This is not my usual setup. So, forgive the less than stellar audio, less than stellar visuals. Forgive the fact that I won't have a piece of the One Piece manga in the bottom left corner here. I'm literally just going to be reading off my phone here. Uh, I've heard that this chapter is pretty insane, so I figure I better read it right now before I run the risk of like getting spoiled. So, with all that out of the way, this is chapter One Piece, chapter 1154. I can't even die. Now, I think I know who this is about. I think I've already been spoiled. I know that the ending is pretty crazy. I know this shit has something to do with the Zebek. At least that's what I believe, based on the thumbnail that I saw. Here's the chapter. All right, let's get to it. Oni Child Yamato in the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 38, at the grave of a hero born in West Blue and brought up in Ringo. Isn't that old boy? Uh, that the fox was looking out after in the Wano saga. No notes from Oda. Okay, we are right back in this flashback. Let's see if I can hold it like this. Is it better this way? We shall see. Now, do you see? This is all that child's doing. This land was cursed because you all failed to kill it immediately. No, surely it's just a coincidence. Crash. Oh, look at her fucking face. Goo. Yeah, he's staring at me. God, Prince Loki. This is fucked up. Take it away. Don't ever let that monster near me again. Damn. Wah! Prince Loki, you have to keep away from your mother's room. Wing! This poor kid. Gouge out those monstrous eyes. If left unchecked, his curse will grow till it brings about this nation's collapse. Wow, I'm hungry. Sorry, sweetie, that was the last bit of bread we had. You're going reaving? We could easily steal what we need from the humans. Ain't that how it's always been in Elbaf's history? Make sure this is still gone. Don't be ridiculous. A senseless raid on them would only bring shame to Elbaf. That's the law of the land. Those bastards from Hunter's village are attacking. What are they? It seems they've hit another village too. Quick, arm yourselves. Don't let them loot the village. Internal giant struggles weren't unheard of during desperate times, but these incidents only resulted in making the period more severe and bloody. The country was engulfed in chaos and misery. I heard a rumor about that princeling born in the castle. He's cursed. And the bitterness festered as spirits broke. Yeah, you gotta find somebody to blame, even if it's a fucking infant, for your problems. That's just humanity. And I guess that's Hyrudin when he's a kid. Yeah, Hyrudin. Uh, your brother doomed this country with his curse, huh? As his elder brother, you'll take responsibility as a sacrifice. Holy shit. What are you talking about? Don't you know my son's a cutie who's gonna be the world's longest living man? Can it, Ida? You're nothing but an outsider who seduced Harold. Wow, go to hell. I love this country. Got her by the throat. Don't lay a finger on my mom. Big ass fist incoming. I'm gonna flatten you. Damn. But the hockey fist? Is that a hockey fist? Or is that just a black glove? Oh my god, what happened? I'm gonna flatten you. King Harold. Daddy! King Harold! Brothers, you must not fight amongst each other. The king? Word reached me about Loki's birth and the recent famine. I was building a rapport with various nations when the news came. Our allies acted without hesitation. They loaded. They loaded. Is that tons? Tons of food and supplies to be shipped here. Humans may be small in stature, but not will. Our allied nations came together to ensure that we got enough to truly fill and satiate our bellies. We graciously accept their aid. Harold. Alright, I'm gonna find you. Let's not fight amongst each other. If these good folks are ever in a pinch, it'll be our job to return the favor with all our might. Remember, this tiny world is ours to share. I'm trying to see if I can recognize any of these ships here. I can't. Queen Etrick continued to publicly declare that the plagues suffered by Elbad were brought on by the accursed prince right up until the eve of Harold's return. She denounced her son with bitter hatred until her final anguished breath. Let that bitch die. Naturally, the people believed her passing was part of the curse. Loki, my son. He was born with a condition that affects his eyes. Well, he could see, but I understand. What a pity. He can't even smile for me. I guess it makes sense. He did just lose his mother. At only a few months old, Loki had given up on love. You should have a lot of scrapes. No, those are. What are they? Was the mom beating her? Beating Loki? Hale's diplomacy soon started to bear fruit, and Elbaf's winter finally came to a close. Uh, Branch Route 1. That's right, it'll help build inter-village trade and communication. Restoring the fractured nation and venturing across the seas continued to be prioritized, while other things became an afterthought, like the sun, Freak. Estra's older brother was appointed as Loki's personal steward. This is the realm of the dead. Isn't it dangerous here? The coastline keeps this area separated so the beast won't come near. You're so cute when you're worried. Pinch, pinch. Don't you have training with Elbow from West Village? You should head back. Okay, making sure my camera's all good still. This is Ida's Tavern. Do you hear? Fishermen, castaways, even pirates. I'm not ready for any and all customers. I'm ready for any and all customers. With any luck, it'll be of help to Harold. 56 years ago, Yarrow's house. I don't know why I said mansion. You were at the scene of the reverie incident, Harold. Yeah, my friend was one of the invited kings. He smuggled me in as one of his guards. I couldn't ask the questions I wanted to without blowing my cover. If that murder hadn't happened, I might have been exposed. What murder? What murder? If you recall, all this would be the least of your worries. Haven't you heard the tale of the Galera Warhammer Company? Great Hammer Battalion might be a spin on Galila. Yeah, that's what I thought. Uh, Galera Warhammer Company. They're that gruff troop of giant shipwrights that arm themselves with warhammers, right? I thought they were just a myth. Wow. No, they existed. They really did travel far and wide, sending letters back to Hellbath. I received the final letter myself. It said they'd all been captured. Can you believe it? Over 100 warriors were taken prisoner, including ancient giants, and now the motherfuckers are probably fucking zombies or fodder or some kind of weapon for the world government experiments. You think the world government was responsible? There is no doubt that they once faced a great enemy. However, they sink deep into the ocean at a certain point in history. So now they once faced a great. However, they sink deep to the ocean at a certain point in history. Are they talking about Impel Down? They sink deep into the ocean at a certain point in history. To be blunt, it's probably a deeper reason why your ideals haven't worked out, and it has nothing to do with you. Lingering animosity, huh? These are just rumors, but I also heard a story about a frozen army of giants somewhere. It seems our people are regarded as enemies of the larger world. Clearly, but I've already resolved to face any hurdle. Prince Loki, I know you cursed and killed my little sister. Prince Loki. Now let's see what kind of garbage we'll be serving up today. Wow, the horse of fortune died. This, he keeps growing. The steward's body was in the realm of the dead. He's like smiling. This is 48 years before present day. The villagers drew closer in terms of trade and identity, and the nation stood together. My dream is to join hands with many other countries around the planet for the giant race to become welcome all over the grand world. Uh, beat them. Oh, this is a disaster. King Harold's already left on his voyage. They're coming. Close the door and get the children inside. Beat them all up, guys. This is Elbaf, the world's strongest country. We don't need weaklings here. Loki, driven by scorn, unleash chaos onto Hellbath. Oh, shit. King Harold's so cool. He changed so much. He's gonna be a king who will go down in history. Well, you look thrilled, Harujin. Is it because you're illegitimate? Prince Loki is the true heir, right? You're just a illegitimate throwaway. Why are these motherfuckers terrible? He laughed at the feeble as they ran. Hey, Loki. Dad went through hell to rebuild this village, huh? You think you get to call my father dad? I don't get why everyone respects him. He's dumb for trying to play nice with those human insects. That's crap. We should all try to see from each other's perspectives. Don't get cocky just because you're big. Being cocky is my right. I'm the prince. Don't you dare talk back to me, runt. Harujin, stay back, Gerd. He'll think you're his friend. Oh, Gerd. Loki will hit you next. We are his friends, you dummy. It's probably Ruda. Harujin, are you okay? He needs first aid, and this nigga Loki's tight. Ha ha ha, you're so pathetic. I could puke, Harujin. You're just a group of weaklings huddling together. It's because of your mom's filthy blood. Damn. Passing on the bullshit to the kids. This is what Attack on Titan talked about. This is exactly what Attack on Titan talked about. Uh, young master that's going too far. He's still the son of the king. He's also a prince. Don't call him a prince. Loki spread pain and destruction, but nothing he did filled the hole in his heart. Now look at this kid. He tried to fall. He tried to kill himself. He can't even die. Damn. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally arrived. Okay? We have finally arrived. Let me just read this shit, dude. We have fucking arrived. Alright? What's the deal with this island? I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps. I don't know if you can see that. What's the deal with this island? Where's the welcome committee? Oh ho, we found one. Look, he's a giant whelp. This is definitely Elbath. His brat's got one hell of a devil face. I know he's a giant, but isn't he a bit too big? Hey kid, why are you crying? Harold spotted this particular man 8 years ago during the reverie. Harold spotted this particular man 8 years ago during the reverie. He single handedly killed a Navy HQ admiral and vanished without a trace. This feat earned him a massive bounty in the government's ire. He single handedly killed a Navy HQ admiral. Alright, kid, you better say yes to both these questions. I ain't the type that takes no for an answer. First off, this is Elbath, land of giants, yeah? Second, we'll find Harold here, yeah? He looks just like Blackbeard. Rox D. Zebek, future captain of the Rox Pirates, father of Emperor Blackbeard. I can't believe it. This nigga looks just like him. Like, of course he looks just like him. Does he have like white hair and fucking black streaks or some shit and a black coat? That's so crazy, dog. So is that why Whitebeard took in Blackbeard? Cause like he used to fuck with his father, and it's like the same thing Shanks did. Um, well, same thing Roger did with Shanks. I'm trying to figure out the parallel here. Because Whitebeard took in Zebek's son, his former captain's son. Roger took his. Is it his former enemy's kid? His former enemy's kid? Like, Marine enemy? Like, I don't know. This is insane. I can't believe this shit. Look at this motherfucker, bro. Then who's this with him? Okay, it's um Shiki, Stussy, Whitebeard. So it's just four of them right now. Harold spotted this particular man 8 years ago during the reverie. He single-handedly killed. Did he kill like some no-name? Who did he kill? Holy shit, dude. I gotta see what the people are saying. What are the people saying? I'm like, what are the people saying? That's insane to me. I can't believe it. I literally can't believe we have arrived, sir. Peak. Oh my god, I was not prepared for that cliffhanger. It's so peak, that last page. No way. Why does anyone's chapter? I was not ready for these reveals. God damn. Last page was absolutely bonkers. Peak tier chapter. I just caught up in freaking parentheses, right? You reveal that this man's dad, because it's the worst kept secret, because it's like, of course, Zebek is his dad. Like, of course. Because his plan doesn't make sense unless he's following in the footsteps of someone else. You know what I mean? Blackbeard's plan does not work unless he is following the footsteps of somebody else. This nigga lives on Fullerlead, where these niggas established the Rocks Pirates. That's not a coincidence. So, of course he did it in brackets, because he knew that niggas knew that immediately when he revealed Zebek. Immediately. What they talking about on Reddit? That's still Twitter. What they talking about? Uh, Barely a few months old, Loki had already given up on love. And then later, there was Lola. Lola? Who's Lola? I already know the Lola part is going to be heartbreaking if when we get to it in this flashback. I like the idea Lola was the one person that wasn't afraid of his eyes and cared for him with Big Mom. Oh, yeah, because he was supposed to marry fucking Lola. That's right, Big Mom's mom. And Big Mom's daughter. One of the twins. When Big Mom tried to use chiffon instead, he'd be able to tell right away if that wasn't her because of her reaction to his eyes. Big Mom tried to use chiffon instead, he'd have been able to tell right away that it wasn't her because of her reaction to his eyes, all setting up for Luffy to think his eyes are awesome. Poor guy just can't catch a break. Good point. Another really interesting outstanding project. The guy who calls himself the Sun God, who wants to carry out Ragnarok, who abused and basically disowned his mother, destroying his ability to love a child, fell in love with Lola at first sight. Based on the time frame of this, why I really don't know if Oda's going to deal with that, but we need answers. Everybody's looking for the Lola answers. Sad story yet. We got a new Straw Hat member. I refuse to believe it. I've been on this rodeo with you too long, Oda. I don't trust you. Um, we'll see though. Low key on that Kaido grind since childhood, I see. Absolutely. This nigga was a terror, just like Kaido was as a kid. And Loki tried to kill himself the same way Kaido did, and Loki's dad looks exactly like Kaido. Yes. Absolutely. Loki does not have the most tragic story in One Piece. He's not shaping up for nothing while Bonnie and Kuma still exist. So Blackbeard has led Roger's son Ace's his demise, killed Whitebeard, word, killed Whitebeard, captured Garp. Don't know if it's by fate or on purpose, but he's been on the road to revenge for his daddy this whole time. Led Roger's son Ace to his demise, killed Whitebeard, captured Garp. He's really just trying to get like one off for his daddy. just makes me curious about his dream or end goal beyond becoming Pirate King. Does he also want to kill all the celestial dragons like rocks? You really need that full detailed God Valley flashback. I need that to be a movie. Yeah, it's a revenge story from Blackbeard's perspective. Damn. I think Rocks has buried treasure that Blackbeard is looking for. Blackbeard and Rocks are wanting to replace Emu. That's what I think too. A Sayonara silhouette piece. The face of Rocks appears. Any big silhouettes left besides Emu? Joy Boy, yeah. The man marked by flames. Well, yeah, that's Saul, right? Uh, Galila, right? A lore drop about Galila. Galila. These are just rumors, but I was heard a story about a frozen army of giants somewhere. Yes, this frozen giant sword might be linked to the giant frozen straw hat that Emu looked at. Absolutely. Oris was also found frozen in ice by Moria. I'm also into collects Oris. I forgot about that giant straw hat. Yeah. Wow. I'm taking this as the world government will have a ship of kinds built that can only be made by a horde of giant master shipwrights over the course of perhaps decades, maybe related to an ancient weapon. Possibly. It's a lot of theories. All right, guys, I'm going in deep. I'm going super deep right now in like theories and shit. So let me just call this a video. Very minimal editing. Thank you for watching this. If you watched the whole thing, I appreciate it. I am going to like read on all the shit Tekking is talking about this chapter. Thank you very much. Sorry this is kind of a wee bit late, but what are you gonna do? Thank you. Peace.